who did Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
If you haven't seen the video, there's this little guy, I can't think of his name.
Well, we're going to show it.
Who's interviewing Josh Jacobs. I don't know where this kid came from. He is the cutest kid, and he is, I mean, he must be like 8, 9 years old, but he talks like he's an adult. And it was unbelievable, this interview. This kid's destined for stardom.
Forgot about the budget. You forgot about the budget membership. The budget membership is this. You ain't even got to pay us nothing. But what you can do.
Okay.
Let's hit that like button. Stop playing. Like button is free. The like button is just like, boop. I know y'all in there. I see y'all. It's 800 people in here. I should have 800 likes, right? Theoretically.
Sure.
Theoretically, we should have 1,000 likes a show, right? So it's free. Go ahead, hit me up with that budget membership courtesy of G. Bush.
Free's the best.
By the way, apparently Myles Garrett's dislocated toe popped right back into place somehow.
How do people know that?
Well, I imagine they talked to the trainer that probably did it.
Ian Rappaport just reported.
Yeah. The toe just went right back.
Has anybody ever had a dislocated finger or toe? I've had both.
I have.
They're not fun. But when they are popped in, and as long as there's no break and nothing's, it's fine.
Yeah, especially if it's not the big toe.
But it hurts just as bad when they knock it in.
Yeah.
Is when it gets knocked out.
A broken toe hurts like hell.
I got hurt. I broke my toe doing white things. I was 12 years old, and it was raining outside. We was at a baseball pizza party, and there was this pool. And everybody was like, yo, don't run to the swimming pool. My mom said I couldn't get in. It cleared up. I was able to get in. So I took off and ran. My big self, and I was about the same size I am today. It was
12.
It was a grassy knoll. That was a grassy knoll that was wet. And I went, whoop, fell down this thing. And there was concrete steps. And my toe hit this concrete step. And I rolled over, tumbled, didn't fall into the water, and I looked down. I was like, I'm good. I went to get up. I said, something's funny.
I can't stand it.
I looked down and was like, ah!
Pointing the other direction.
Mom! I ran and tackled my mom. She was so embarrassed because there was white people around. It was just me. She was like, why are you playing this? Why are you doing this? I said, my toe, my toe, my toe. My toe hurt so bad.
The grassy knoll got
me. The grassy knoll got me. I had to get a pin put in it. It was looking terrible. It was leaning like this.
Yeah, that's just never fun. All right, let's do this. Let's go to Radio Row in Phoenix, Arizona. Site, I guess Glendale.
It's nice and warm there.
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be. The last time it was there, I was out there, and it was not so great. It was like 40s in the morning. Got up into the mid 50s. It was not a great week. Darren Smith.
Before we punch him up, real quick. Sorry to cut you off, Jay. Earl set this up, and he said that he's coming with the most swag that anyone's ever worn on UCSS.
What?
And Darren, I don't know Darren, my man delivered. What's up, Darren?
Wow, let's see it. Yeah! Yeah, Darren is dressed for radio. Hell, Darren, you're dressed for TV Row. You look too good for radio, man. Oh, I know him well. Hey, it's working. Darren, it's working, man. And you're right. That's a good lane to be in because on Radio Row, I swear, people, it's rough, man. They look like me. They look like bull on Radio Row. They haven't shaved. They don't care because look at that.
Hey, my beard is neat and trim,
Why
baby.
you catch him like that, Steve? You ain't no good.
That is messed up. Wow.
Wow,
we
look
appreciate
at
that. See, thank you.
That's what, you know what? That's
I want to be on The Sopranos.
That's a compliment.
It is.
100% it's a compliment. I appreciate that. I should have been on The Sopranos for crying out loud. I could have been a great mafia man.
He would have pulled that off.
Man.
Baby bowl.
He would have pulled that off.
So obviously, and we appreciate that you watch the show. Thank you so much. And the fact that you know the show, you know that it's so hard. Look at that, paid member.
Darren.
That I am still bitter about the Bengals not making the Super Bowl, of course. Yeah, I know you're not. But
yeah, you're not in Arizona if they made the Super Bowl.
I'm curious, Aaron, because I think that the Bengals are the only team that had Patrick Mahomes' number. And I'm not even sure that they really had his number, but they're the only team that had zero lack of confidence against the Chiefs. And I think the fact that they got over the only hill really they had to climb means they're coming in cool and calm, and I think they're gonna win this game. I think that one hurdle they got over makes things easier. I know Jay mentioned last week, and you can speak for himself, but that he thought maybe that was their Super Bowl in a way. I look at it the opposite, that they got over their biggest hurdle of the last year and change, and now they're like, we got this. What do you think? Yep. Yep.
Darren, for the Chiefs to win Super Bowl 57, what absolutely must happen? Mm-hmm. Right.
Darren, first of all, shout out to you, for pulling up, man. Once again, I don't know how much you're getting paid, but I don't know. You got a Men's Warehouse deal, but I need in on it. I need something. I refuse. This is unacceptable.
There you go, man. You got to get in on that.
Say nothing.
Listen, he's put together right now. I mean, that outfit is on
That's a
point.
fire suit.
It is. That's great. Oh, you up the game every day, huh? That's fantastic. Man, it's working for you.
By Sunday, he's going to be wearing the Kyle Kuzma puffy suit or whatever the hell that was.
Darren, let me see you out here in a spacesuit. He'd be like, Yeah, dog, this is fire.
Oh, that is pretty
Oh,
sweet.
nice. Very nice. Now, did that one make the trip with you? Is that a possible for Sunday?
He's not running that
Look
back.
at Darren. Darren's like, man, my
Run that
rotation's
back.
so fresh. Like every 3 months,
I
in
run
and
that
out,
back.
new suit in.
I do want to get.
Good
Oh,
for
my
you, man. That's
goodness.
awesome.
Let me ask you this question. What do you make of this? We talk about it all the time. Sometimes you text me, and we talk back and forth. And Eric Bieniemy is going to Baltimore to apparently, okay.
Wow.
And he shouldn't. Because I was going to be mad that he was doing lateral interviews, right? My point is, what does it take for him to get a job? What does it take? Like, I've never really quite seen this before. A coordinator who is, even if you want to say that he's not calling the plays, but he is an integral part of what they're doing offensively. I've never seen a guy run and have that much, just cachet and accolades where he just doesn't get. I don't understand. What is it going to take?
Mm-hmm.
Darren, let me clarify, obviously, because you brought up the fact that it's not that I don't want to give Eric Bieniemy credit for me personally. It's just when we've argued with Jay about the fact that, offensive, like the offensive head coaches call the plays. And you're saying it's 50-50, which is fine. And Eric Bieniemy should have been not been given. He's earned an opportunity to be a head coach. It's not about giving anything. He's earned it. Obviously, race plays a factor. Who knows what percentage? But it is crazy that this offense has had this much success for this long. And obviously Patrick Mahomes gets a ton of credit because he may be the most talented football player we've ever seen. I think he's the best football player I've ever seen 5 years into a career. I don't even think it's close for me. And Andy Reid obviously gets a lot of credit. So because of that, Eric Bieniemy probably gets less credit, but he certainly deserves plenty of credit and has earned an opportunity in my mind.
Darren, let me ask you.
Yeah. It's a great point, and I'll even throw in 2 years ago when we saw the Chiefs' offensive line in the Super Bowl was hideous, and they turned it around, and now they got one of the best offensive lines in football.
They can draft. They recognize talent.
Yeah.
Darren, I want to dig in a little bit on what you said. I think we've all known that Andy and Eric share the play calling, but I've never heard it specifically put 52% and 48%.
Yeah, that's such a
That's
weird number.
incredibly specific, first
Yeah.
of all. And secondly, are they going like series by series?
Yeah, how that work?
This
Yeah.
is very strange. Do we just not know? We just don't know the answer? Like they've kept that sort of close to the vest and how they decide who calls what? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Darren, I think the other element to this is historically in his career, he has been, Andy, that innovative, creative offensive mind. And I remember having conversations with folks on this exact topic. What is holding Eric back? And I'll just throw this out there and see if you agree with it. A lot of the folks that I was talking to told me that they, even if he's calling half of the plays, the general perception is that Andy is the motor and the brains behind this offense. He's the architect of it. When you see these creative hook and ladders and all these different things that they will throw at you, particularly their goal line package, the commentators never mention Eric. It's always Andy Reid, what a brilliant mind. How much of that offense that is installed there is from Andy, if you've ever asked this question, and what input does Eric have when it comes to actually designing, not calling the plays, but designing the offense?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've seen him do everything
What
but
a straight
that.
face.
Yeah, Darren.
Yeah, he's going to drop one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's the ultimate insider trading right
That's
there,
right.
brother. Oh, that's too good. That
Hey,
is
Darren,
fantastic.
you mentioned that Eric Bieniemy said to you they want to run the ball. It's funny when it comes to drafting, right? You never know. They drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire high, right? Like he was like the 32nd pick or something like that a few years ago. And then they draft this Isaiah Pacheco, who's
is
a
this?
7th-round pick out of
Rutgers,
Rutgers.
baby, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
I know.
And he's just based on the eye test, and obviously I watched the Chiefs play a lot, not as much as you, but I watched them a lot. Pacheco is a million times better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, no? Yeah.
That was my last question to you, was going to be that.
Yeah.
Pacheco runs angry.
Yeah.
I was talking to my son who watched him play at Rutgers. My son coaches track there. He said, Dad, he wasn't even a difference maker here. Like, when I heard that he got drafted, he literally was like, wait, Pacheco just got drafted?
Yeah.
Because now, my son coaches sprinters and jumpers, and he's always looking at guys on the football team that he would like to bring over to run the 100 and the 2. And he had always identified Pacheco as a kid he would love to coach track because of his natural speed. But he goes, Dad, he was just fast.
Yeah.
That's it. He never made a play that made anybody at Rutgers go, oh my God, we got to use this guy more. But Andy Reid gets him in the right situation.
Indictment on that Rutgers football.
I know we got to let you go at 50, but real quickly here, because you brought it up. I don't know where Hunt is going from here. I really don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be back here. I just look at him and the success he had in that offense with Andy, and I can't think that wear and tear has worn him down. Obviously, he's 3 years older now, but are you hearing any discussion like that Kansas City might be interested in trying to bring him back and see if they can recreate that magic? Right.
Yeah.
Got him on that
Real
rookie
quick
deal.
before you go, Darren.
Mecole Hardman. Can we get him?
Well, wait. No. More important than that, you can get him. More important than that, do you know the Joe Jaravicious G. Bush story that happened in Kansas City, of course?
Oh.
Gee, you got to tell the story real quick.
Oh, my
We don't
God.
have time to go through the whole
we
thing right
don't?
now. We got to bring Darren back after the Chiefs win.
We give it 30 seconds. A radio station in Kansas City
Not yours. I
thought
think.
they were getting Joe Jaravicious on before one of the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Somehow, in the transfer of numbers, they gave him G. Bush's phone number, and G. Bush figures this out early in the interview and doesn't want to embarrass the host, so he does an entire 5-10 minute interview as Bro Jaravicious. They thought they were talking to Joe.
Yeah.
You got to listen to it. It's in our
Oh, my
archives.
God.
It is one of the funniest stories
I'll send you the clip,
ever.
Darren. I got
Thanks,
you.
thanks, Darren.
Darren, you were
Appreciate
awesome,
it,
bro.
man.
Yes, sir. Nate's a good dude. Thank you.
Very well done.
Darren was great.
Yeah,
Darren.
a great
that's
wardrobe.
good.
Like, he's the best dressed person we've had on our show.
I'm
He is.
jealous.
We
I
had
don't like
Jason
that.
I
Bristol
can't
come
believe you're
on.
friendly with him and you haven't told him that story. He's from Kansas City.
Man, well, when I talk to him about black things. We be talking about everything, right? And by the way, he does, like, he's being